today I wanted to talk about is how to find a online proofreader, online editor. I noticed that there's sort of different lingos there, and right now I'm just sort of focusing on the particular individual that will go and give you some feedback on your paper. Or whatever you're writing, whatever you're building, or whatever you're looking at. So it could be a proofreader, it could be editor, it could be copy editor, could be beta reader, all that kind of stuff. And what I'm looking at, or the particular problem that I had before I created this platform, now I use it on a fairly regular basis. To get my own work edited, I use it. So I'm actually a researcher at a large research institute in Florida. You could check out what I do and all that kind of stuff if you just Google my name, David Maslach. So what I found before I built this particular platform was that it actually was very difficult to find somebody that I can trust in terms of the proofreading and editing. And I've always struggled for a very, very long time. I've struggled for a long time with writing. I find it very difficult for myself to write. I could write a lot and I could sort of force myself to write, but I can't write very good. I don't write goodly. Good well. I don't write. You can see, I mean, my language is not quite there. And part of that is, I struggled when I was in, when I was in public school. I was actually in special ed for like years. I think it was until about fifth grade. I struggled with sort of comprehending language. I really struggled along the way. I remember in grade 9, my teacher, my English teacher, bless her soul, as they say in the South, so I'm in the South now, I'm actually Canadian, bless her soul, is that she thought I was an awful, awful writer, and I was this close from failing the class, my English class in Canada, and I was so frustrated, I didn't know what to do. Part of that was simply just sort of motivation. And when you're not a good writer, you really, really struggle. And I'm sure some of you know that it's just a struggle. So it's hard to motivate you. So and then I went to school, I was an engineer, built, or went and did a PhD in strategy or innovation. And what I began to realize is that this problem was a lot larger than myself. So it's not just me who has this problem of struggling with writing and then trying to find somebody to help me out. I always found it really awkward to help get people to help me out. And in the other thing, where to go to and who to ask, a lot of the time I didn't know sort of specifically, is this a good person to ask? And you can only ask somebody once or twice before they start getting really, really annoyed, right? You can't keep going back to the same person. There's all this anxiety, and it drove me insane. And I thought, there's got to be a better way, right? There's got to be a better mousetrap out there. I got to build a better mousetrap. And me sort of thinking sort of engineering mindset and getting all this training on innovation, entrepreneurship, is I can build this, I could do this. I can help out so many more people than just myself. I have this one problem, and I know that lots of people have this problem. So I could build something that is scalable beyond me sort of just going out and, editing other people's work or paying for somebody else. One of the problems with working at a state institution, for example, is that, so I'm a business professor, I make a fairly decent salary, a comfortable salary, so I'm okay that way. But we don't have a lot of extras at a state institution, and it should be that way, right? So taxpayers are paying for my salary. It should be that way. That we don't have a lot of money to pay for sort of extra things like getting our own work edited. But when you send in your scientific research articles to journals and you are a person that struggles so hard with this kind of stuff, that that you can get rejected a lot. And the same goes then if you're an author of something, you send it in to a publisher and it's not written very well, then you get rejected and it ends up costing you a lot of time and effort. So I wanted to design something that not only sort of solved this anxiety inducing problem and helped people that were struggling along the way like I was, but also helped people get these services at a relatively inexpensive cost. Because I know that not everybody has a significant income and it's very expensive for most people. So I wanted to design, and it was very, so I was a graduate student for forever, trust me, for forever. And when you're a graduate student, you don't have a lot of income. In fact, you probably have wages that are below the poverty level for a very, very long time. I think they are actually much below the poverty level. So you don't have a lot of income. So you have to sort of make do with what you have. So I wanted to design a system that could, help out a lot of people and allow people to get the possibility of free editing or purchase editing at a relatively inexpensive cost. And hopefully can sort of incentivize people to give back and be sort of a fun platform where people can interact and stuff like that on there. So I designed Reciprocity to be a system that can solve all of these different problems, right? That I myself experience, and I know lots of people experience these problems where you can go on, you can proofread other people's work or edit other people's work, and you can earn credits for doing that. And as you earn credits, you can get your own work proofread. So it's kind of got this sort of peer proofreading model. But there's a lot of people out there that maybe they want to, maybe they don't have time, maybe they want to prioritize, maybe they're not good. In fact, if you're not a good editor, if you're not somebody that's sort of skilled at that, or you know that you're not a good person sort of that have that pair of eyes that can sort of see problems, then you probably shouldn't go on there and edit. But in those cases, what you can do, and what I've sort of built on, is that you can purchase credits relatively inexpensively. The system takes 20% of those credit, 20% of all of those purchases. That goes into further developing the system and building it out, and making sure it's actually reliable and all that kind of stuff, because it's quite expensive to build something like this. And as well as, I have high hopes, I don't know. I have high hopes that this is actually can be used for some good in terms of research needs and helping out doctoral students in the long run in doing behavioral research. And you can look at other YouTube videos for that and what I plan to do, particularly with the percentage of the profits, if there's any profits is made from this. So I wanted to, and then the 20% goes to the system, and maybe in the future I might adjust that, I don't know, but 80% goes to the editor, other people that are using that system or that want to proofread. So if you're an editor, there's pretty good incentive, right, for you to go on there and edit, because it reduces your search costs significantly of trying to find documents. The other thing is, if you are a writer, you can know that you're actually getting some good editing done that's relatively inexpensively, and you don't have to spend a lot of time searching all over the place, trying to use your own personal contacts, trying to sort of burn up your social capital with other individuals that you know. And you can just go on there and interact, and it'll be a fun thing to do. So with that, if you like this idea and you think it's great, make sure you jump on reciprocity.com. Make sure that you, and when you do that, if you want to support it, or if you have your own editing and writing that you want to get edited, purchase some credits. That will help build this out and make it even more better for more and more people, right? So I can give more, make it more useful for more and more people. I was trying to give back as much as I possibly can and make this scalable giving, right? To make this actually something useful. The other thing is, if you think this is a great idea and you want to help out and you have no money at all, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That does help out. When you do that, it sort of builds momentum for this channel, and it really does help. So thank you with that. Have a good day and take care. Bye.